Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Jenny Campbell, a member of the Walton Writers Group, has lived in Monroe for 6 years now, and as a collector of days, she always finds something to write about. Her blog and in her 4 published books, her love is in writing personal narratives, where she hopes that what she writes about might strike a chord or bring back a treasured memory for her readers. Here's Ms. Campbell.
Well, after Zippy's greatest adventure, this is Jenny's most recent greatest adventure. I'm going to tell you a story about the tale of the traveling harmonica. This happened to me recently, and I write it in my blog. I do a collection of days. I write about my days. So this is my harmonica. Also, I want to add that I turned 70 last year, so I'm trying in my blog this year to write more adventures of what it's like to be 70 years old, with a little bit of humor put in there. So during this year of being 70 for the first time in my life, I've been exploring ways to stay healthy, keep in strong physical shape, and make sure as best I can that my brain doesn't become foggy or sluggish as I continue to cram it with all kinds of clutter, new knowledge, and at times useless information. I have been reading everything I can get my hands on what will help me to navigate this new decade, hoping to get some good ideas of ways I can be proactive in delaying my old age, dementia, walkers and wheelchairs, soft foods, and creaky joints. In the reading that I've done, there's a myriad of helpful hints aimed at exercising my brain and stimulating the nerve endings that send messages from it to various parts of my body, while all the time feeding it a diet that will help make it happy. It's been a mishmash of nonsense and good sense. Quite enjoyable and often enlightening. One suggestion in particular, which is the point of this story, piqued my curiosity in suggesting a way to exercise my brain and to challenge it to stay in shape. It is learn to play a new instrument. Okay. Now, that sounds like something I could do. And I already have a head start because I took 7 years of piano lessons as a child, and I played the baritone ukulele as a teenager. Even though I was never very good at the piano and don't own one now, I love playing the ukulele, and I still possess it. Maybe I could take up the piano again, or go onto YouTube and refresh my knowledge and skills of ukulele chords. One of those might work. As I was pondering this idea of becoming musically inclined again, I happened to spot something compelling as I was shopping one afternoon in the Social Circle Ace Hardware store, and I stopped to look around in the gift shop area. It was a harmonica, and it was a cheap harmonica, $4.99 to be exact. I picked up the box and opened it. Memories of my childhood rushed into this needing to be refreshed and rejuvenating brain of mine as I remembered finding a harmonica in my stocking almost every Christmas when I was a little girl. These memories commingled with my recent reacquaintance with Billy Joel and the song Piano Man. It has a great harmonica solo in it, which I love. I never get tired of "Play us a song, you're the piano man." While I know I could never play the piano the way Billy Joel does, perhaps I could learn to play a pretty mean harmonica. Maybe. I bought it. This is where the story becomes very interesting. I was a week away from flying out to Los Angeles to visit my sons for a long weekend. I wanted to show them my harmonica and tell them all about their mom's plan to learn how to play it. I just knew they would be so impressed. As I packed my bags for my trip, I placed the harmonica into my carry-on luggage and joked on Facebook page about entertaining my fellow plane passengers with songs from my harmonica. Spurred by comments from my friends fueling this wild idea, I was ready to go. All was well until I went through the TSA security at the airport. First, I was chosen to be one who was patted down as I went through the checkpoint. Then somehow, one of my shoes that I had put carefully into those little bins got lost on the conveyor belt. And the scarf that I had put into the same bin found its way to another person's. I retrieved the scarf, but I couldn't find my missing shoe. As I held my one tennis shoe up in the air and was shouting for someone from TSA to help me find the other one, my carry-on bag was making its way through the X-ray machine, setting off some kind of security alert. Thankfully, my shoe was finally located in another person's bin, after which a TSA official pulled me aside. Embarrassed just a little bit, I thought it was because of the commotion that I was making about my wayward shoe. It wasn't. She guided me to a table, my carry-on bag in her hand. She set it down, looked me straight in the eye, and asked me if I was carrying a weapon in my bag. I was flabbergasted. Not only had I lost a shoe and nearly witnessed my scarf being whisked away by another passenger, but now I was being asked if I had a weapon. She told me she had to open my bag and examine its contents. Of course, that was fine with me. I had nothing to hide. What was it that the X-ray machine saw? I asked her. That's what I have to find out, she said, as another agent stepped in to serve as a witness. I watched in bewilderment at what could be causing such a ruckus with TSA. She pulled out my brand new harmonica, opened the box to see what was in it, looked at it, and asked me, "What is this?" "It's a harmonica," I said. She still looked puzzled. "A musical instrument," I added. Clearly, cheap harmonicas were never reviewed on the TSA manual of dangerous weapons. It dawned on me that neither of these TSA employees had ever seen a harmonica. I assured them it was not dangerous. Finally, one of them actually looked closely at it and then at the box that it came in and believed me. She placed it back into my bag, and without anything more than, "You can go now," I was released to continue to the gate. When I finally got onto the plane, I asked my seatmate if she would mind taking a photo of me. I told her my TSA tale, and she was more than happy to oblige this strange request. I knew that this was a story worthy of retelling, and I wanted more than anything to have physical proof that I was allowed onto an airplane carrying a potentially dangerous harmonica. When it was time to return home from LA, I wisely packed the harmonica into my checked luggage and breezed through security. Now all I need to do is learn how to play the dang thing. Sounds like a good New Year's resolution to me, don't you think?
Jessica Hudgens is a poet and writer living in Mansfield. The quiz question is, does anybody know where Mansfield is? Other than me? I don't. Okay, all right, wow. We travel more than 5 miles from Monroe and ask people tell people we're from Jersey or close to Jersey. Nobody knows where that is. Anyhow, Jessica, her work appears in Prelude, the Journal, Quiddity, and elsewhere. She is founder of the Georgia Writers Project, a new creative writing program in Monroe. Here's Jessica.
Hey! It's good to be here. Thanks, Barbara, as always. And it's cool to read with all of my friends. I have 4 poems tonight. The first is called Celosia. Are there any gardeners here? This is like this freakish plant that kind of grows. It makes like brain shapes and all these like coral shapes and all these different things. So I just wrote a poem addressed to this plant. Celosia. You are the whole bouquet on one thin stem, an orange and yellow child-rendered flame, coral that floats in air, the heavy brain and the curving spine, the flesh that frills between my thighs, an angelfish's dorsal fin, a church's steeple worshipping the sun, a grin, a weird and schema-shifting thing, your love ready and possible as ink. Pot of gold. There's pettiness on both sides, sure, but it's not as though a grunt or a nod even wouldn't be appreciated. You are the chaste, the most loved, the one with the least to lose, or at least with the power. Friend, call me. I'm in love with my therapist, which is the kind of thing that would happen to you. Or, Dad, I need help. Isn't that what parents want most to hear from their children? Today, I walked out the front door and found a rainbow either side the horizon. Each end the tree line, rainbow inflected. The dog hopped through the high grass like a tiny kangaroo. She was unflagging. The jawbone of a cow waited at the creek, and I hoisted it with a finger and thumb, thinking of disease. The rain dripped. I sweated heartily. Maybe there's something I could do. Email. Let's put it all behind us. It wasn't there like I knew it wouldn't be. We're full of potential, you and me. I wrote this poem after reading this article about a fig wasp, which has a very weird symbiotic relationship between the wasp and the fig, and the wasp lays its eggs in there and then they hatch and it crawls out, and it's wild, but sometimes it doesn't work. There's some kind of failure and the wasp just doesn't get out. On the failure of mutually beneficial relationships. Inside some fig flowers, there's a small passage for the female wasp. She climbs in, legs shedding pollen, to lay her eggs. The fruit pinkens around them as they grow. When the eggs hatch, the son eats his way out of the fruit. The toothless daughter follows. Some fig flowers have a false passage. So narrow, her wings come off. Narrower, and she can't move. That first fig of the season, that second fig, you can't even taste her.
All right, next is Harold Melton. Harold's a new author with his first book, The Ride, coming out next year. The Ride explores the last gasp of a group of men that no longer exists. Harold drives a truck to keep the growth in the door. He's going to read for us tonight. Thanks.
A lot of people. My second time doing this, came out last month and read from my book. This time I'm actually going to read some poetry. I got about 3 poems. Been writing since I was a kid. I've been doing art, music, all kinds of different things. Art it's just my thing. It's my love. Driving a truck is not my love, but it does feed me. So be patient. I have never read these aloud, but I just wanted to do something different tonight. And I got 3 poems, and they're actually very personal to me. This one, to keep in touch with my younger self, my wife and I would go to a lot of concerts. And we were at a concert last year on a rooftop in Athens, and this lady didn't have a lot of clothes on, but she had these tattoos, and I love tattoos. And she had a Singer sewing machine tattooed right here. And the Singer sewing machine was like what my great-grandmother had. So for some reason, this first poem came out of that. It's called The Tattoo in Ola May. I stood under the universe unknown on a rooftop in a town, anticipating education's return, a man of just about 50. A young woman, low-cut black top, black shorts, dark everything, pulled my eyes to the sway surrounding her sacred shadow, not from sensuality, but recognition from my youth. She smiled awkward and hesitant as I asked about the Singer sewing machine tattooed upon a perfect swollen canvas. Most think it a stapler or a can opener, she replied, amused by my skills of observation. I asked her name, took her hand gently, and thanked the soon-to-be lady as she sought my title. Walking away, I turned, I paused, and I smiled and announced fiercely, I am a baby blue Singer sewing machine on a small table in Granny's craft room that day in July when the garden took Papa. I'm a piece of hot pepper picked too early, smeared on the lips of a young boy learning the lessons of botany, life, reward and punishment, the simple do and do not. I am the black and white television set showing episodes of Cannon, Gunsmoke, The Incredible Hulk, as a scrawny kid rips and pulls at his plaid shirt, showing precisely how to make Ola May laugh. I am the mimosa tree in the side yard, tortured leaves and blooms stolen for confetti, missiles, and grenades. I am the one can of Tab that managed to last the whole year, and vanilla ice cream covered in orange juice shared with smiles and peanut butter wafers, and bugles, and eggs scrambled with cheese, cooked in bacon grease, and the pig brains she stunk up the whole house with, and the hall's cough drops just before bed. I am the summer in 1978, when 5-foot-tall Granny conquered the world and everything in it with a fly swatter. I am precious sweet moments. I am precious sweet moments relived. And now I'm a revealing tattoo that knows my secrets on a rooftop under the unknown universe. So, my first one. This one is, we had a dog. I'm getting emotional. I always get emotional. Last time I was up here, I almost cried for some unknown reason, so I may do it again tonight. We had a dog, 13 years old, and we had to put down last year. And she had her favorite chair in our house, this big, huge leather chair that's now sitting out in the garage because my wife wanted to get rid of it and I can't. So I go out there every once in a while and sit in it and have a beer. But anyway, this is called How to Break Up with a Narcissist. It's not working out, my love. You're just no fun anymore. I remember gentle, playful lightness with a little rough. You gave me such dear warmth. The first time we shared a simple sunset with your voice so meek and unsure, nervous energy kept us going, discovering our sweet spot together. You once had my full support, but lately, I know, it's been a long while, honey, yet you smother, suffocate. You're a burden, a dead weight. It seems to be all about you, the small talk now gruff, as you snap again and again. I may be showing my age, but it's you that wears me out. You paw at me clumsily, now just using me. You once freaked out if anyone even came close, but now, well, I've got news for you. Others are all over me now. The graying hound jumped in shock when an old spring gave way, poking into aging haunches. The old girl eased her way down gingerly, standing in front of the old leather chair for what seemed a lifetime. She turned toward the new couch, sniffing fresh upholstery, mounted with a heavy sigh, a thud. Slumber returned. She didn't even bother to look back at the self-absorbed, all tainted and tattered. So that was about my dog in its chair. This one is what happens when you drink too much bourbon and listen to jazz. It's called My First Letter to a Ghost. Wanting to experience a little nostalgia, I threw on a Miles Davis vinyl and was flooded with recollections of racism and entitled trailer trash climbing the social ladder to their rusted throne because a black man drank from the same Coca-Cola bottle. Cool, man. By the time I was dressed in ragged jeans, dingy shirt, red bandana, the love child of Axel and Fonda, with two wheels once guiding effortlessly, then holding the cinema door open for a mother and son of color after dipping a toe into Denzel's Mr. X. My whitewashed acceptance of our inequality. Groovy. Longing was a kid of 12, holding the cold brass fingering the lullaby pads to extinguish certain outcomes before our youth began to wear its age like a swastika, condemning the ancient ones from before with defined entitlement. There's that idea again. Can you dig it? Guess I will settle for getting lost in Mr. Parker as I squeeze eyes shut, getting a little buzz on before the wife gets home, and chilling in Star Wars pajamas, sipping bourbon with a cat, rubbing static fuzzy against an unsupported arch, thankful not caught dancing in the shower again. And for the nights to come with questions aplenty, old friend. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Thank you, Harold. Next is Joy Poole. Joy was born in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and grew up there playing sports, including basketball. Basketball earned her a scholarship to Presbyterian College in South Carolina. After graduation, she taught high school in Gwinnett County, where she met her husband of 33 years, Steve. After taking some time off to raise 3 daughters, Joy returned to teaching at George Walton Academy. She earned a master's degree in education the same year her oldest daughter graduated from high school. For the past 6 years, Joy has been the admiral of the motor vessel Meandering Joy. She has put thousands of miles under her keel with her captain husband. Keel, by the way, is the bottom of the boat, not something else. Seeing new ways, taking pictures, and blogging about those things. Recently, she added Izzy, a 10-month-old Labrador Retriever, to her crew as a deckhand. Izzy, who, like Joy, loves to travel on the water and loves adventure. Here's Joy.
First, I want to thank all the Monday Riders and Barbara for giving me the confidence to come out here today. Mostly, all I've ever written is for my family. I've written a few stories for my daughter. When she went away to London for a study abroad, silly me thought she would miss us as much as we missed her. And I wrote her several letters from the viewpoint of her dog about what went on with the family while she was off. And I mailed them to her, and she said, "Mom, you have too much time on your hands." So I just sort of folded those up and kept them, and my husband loves them. They're pretty fun. And then, like you said, 6 years ago, we bought a boat, and I started blogging as a way to, for one, it was terribly frightening for me to go off on the water and leave everything I knew, so I needed to work through those feelings, and then also to let my family know, my mother mainly, where I was and what we were doing. And then, like Steve wrote that. So, like Dennis said, in April we got a little puppy, and she has become the love of our lives since our children aren't here anymore. And I wrote Steve a little story about our dog Izzy for Christmas. And I used to be the teacher sponsor for the Gavel Club, which is an offshoot, a high school group of Toastmasters. And we taught our students to bring visual aids. So this is my visual aid. This is little baby Izzy that I'm going to read to you about. And this is big girl Izzy. I hope this doesn't bother you. We named her Busy Izzy. I like rhymes. I used to make up stories for our girls. We live out in the country, and there was no neighborhood, and it was me and the 3 girls, and I would just make up stories about butterflies or daylilies or sunflowers or whatever. So this is kind of an offshoot of children's stories. So this is called A Day in the Life of Busy Izzy. Sweet and sassy is little Izzy, soft and blonde and often very busy. Awake before the sun comes up, Izzy joins Mojo, that's me, for her morning cup. In a tightly tucked ball, Izzy lies at Mojo's feet, waiting patiently for her pops to greet. Up on 4 legs, she eagerly hops as into the room comes tall, lanky Pops. Standing on hind legs with her paws on his belly, Izzy's pink tongue licks his face like it was covered in jelly. "Good morning, little Izzy," he says with a smile. "I think it's time that we go outside for a while." Pops turns the knob and opens the door wide, but close behind him, little Izzy does hide. Surveying the yard from left to right, she sees nothing outside to give her a fright. Bravely around strong Pops, Izzy stepped. Then over the stairs, busy Izzy leapt. Up in the sky rose the sun to brighten the day. Woof, woof! Anyone out there ready to play? 5 brown deer stood in a grove of oak and pine trees, 4 big, 1 little, enjoying a light morning breeze. Izzy watched as they ate acorns and mushrooms. Then toward that quiet group, busy Izzy zooms. With a long, gentle bay, she called out to the deer, good morning, I'm so glad you're here." "Bow wow, woof, woof, I love to play chase. Ready, set, go, are you ready to race?" 5 heads popped up, quickly, surprised by her cheer. Not a move did they make. They were frozen in fear. Suddenly, toward the forest, 4 deer ran like the wind. The little one waited, eager to meet a new friend. Playtime was short, though, as the mother soon reappeared, and into the woods her little fawn was steered. "Izzy, come!" Pop shouted. Izzy came, but she pouted. "Oh, sweet Izzy, don't look so blue. Give them some time and they will soon love you too." Mojo sat on the swing, now sipping hot tea. "Come here, sweet Izzy, and sit a while with me." Before Izzy could sit down with Pops or Mojo, Oliver the cat started to put on a big show. Out from under the rocker came a loud meow. Izzy replied to the yellow striped cat with an eager bow wow. Busy Izzy was taunted by Oliver the cat. "I bet you can't catch me," he trilled like a brat. Oliver sprinted out from under that big rocking chair, closely followed by Izzy, who bolted after him, quick as a flare. Under the fence and through the tall grasses, old Oliver did run. Izzy kept up a good pace, having a barrel of fun. Closer and closer to the pond this race was creeping, where a gaggle of geese was peacefully sleeping. Izzy did not know that cats prefer not to swim, so she wasn't expecting the next move from him. Avoiding a sloppy and wet collision, Oliver made a quick decision. He made a left turn, and then one more. The grin on his face was hard to ignore. It was much too late for Izzy to stop or slow, so straight toward those squawking geese did sweet Izzy go. She was quickly approaching the nervous gaggle, but into the pond they started to wobble and waggle. In the center of the pond, her feathered friends gathered and waited. Izzy sat still and watched, quite simply captivated. Quiet and still no longer, she went splashing and thrashing toward the geese in the water, so proud of herself that she swam like an otter. As Izzy got closer, those geese honked even more loudly. They spread out their wings high, wide, and proudly. They made a quick getaway, flying towards the clouds in the sky. So back to the shore, Izzy swam to get dry. She shook and she shivered, water droplets went flying toward old Oliver, who was hiding and spying. Tired and spent, but happy indeed. "Let's do this again tomorrow," they wholeheartedly agreed. Onto the front porch swing Izzy climbed. Snuggling into the pillow, she began to unwind. Soon Izzy was sleeping and softly snoring. Oliver looked at her, his green eyes adoring. Ever so quietly, Oliver joined little Izzy, and they cuddled and snoozed and were not very busy. Thank you.
Hello there, this is Michael Davis today, sitting in for Joel Burnsett, our county agent here in Walton County. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about a few things, both on the extension side and the 4-H side. First of all, I like to remind our upcoming new Master Gardeners of their new class that will start on January the 15th at the Boys and Girls Club located at Felker Park on South Madison. That's for those new members who have joined just recently. Their new class will start up January the 15th. To all those folks out there, don't forget to get your soil samples into our office for spring planting. That includes your lawns as well as your flower beds and, of course, any agricultural crops that you may be growing. Come by our office, pick up those bags, or bring the samples in and you can put them in the bags here in the office. We have plenty of those on hand. Also, water testing for your well. We take those in our office Monday through Wednesday because of the time sensitivity. Again, that's Monday through Wednesday on well water testing. If you need more information or assistance with these, feel free to contact our office here at 770-267-1010. 1324, or come by our office, which is located at 100 North Broad Street in downtown Monroe. I want to mention a couple of things here. First of all, one, the upcoming Strategic Insights for Georgia Farmers and Agribusiness seminars that will be starting up around the state. There'll be several of these throughout the state, but the two that's in our area are the one in Macon on January the 22nd and in Watkinsville, which is close by, on January the 25th. If you're not familiar with this is basically where the persons from the University of Georgia and other people in the agriculture and agribusiness field, they come out and basically give you a preview of what to look for. In other words, they give you the expectations for the coming year, those things in agribusiness, and things that are there also, new things as far as research and cutting edge technology that is available to you to use. So if you're wanting to be involved with that or hear what's available out there, you can contact our office for more information or go on the Corporate Extension website and you can Google that, just Corporate Extension Service, UGA, and you'll see a big heading there for that. And again, that is the Georgia Ag Forecast, the Strategic Insights for Georgia Agriculture. Those seminars will start at 9 o'clock in both locations. There is basically an on-site check-in. You can also register online through the Corporate Extension Service. If you need more information about that, feel free to contact Joel here at the Extension office. Again, our number is 770-267-1324. 4-H news, we want to wish good luck to our Walton County senior horse judging team. They'll be leaving next week heading out to Denver, Colorado, where they'll be competing the 9th through the 11th at the National Horse Judging Contest. Like I say, we want to wish those girls and Miss Grimes good luck and safe travels there, and we know they will do well. Finally, on 4-H news, it's January, which means it's time to kick off poultry judging for this year. If you're interested or think that you may want to be interested or learn more about our poultry industry and become part of a judging team, we will start on January the 30th, which is a Wednesday. We'll meet here at the 4-H office at 5:30 and we'll go to 6:30. And we'll get that kicked off with our orientation for poultry judging, which you will learn how to handle and evaluate live birds for past production. You'll learn about the 18 basic meat parts of the chicken. We'll take interior and exterior quality of eggs, and we'll look at also whole carcasses and judge those. Those are some of the components of poultry judging, as well as give some reasons for how and why we judge those live birds the way we do. So if that's something you're interested in, I look forward to working with you because I coach this team. So come on out January the 30th, at 5:30 to 6:30, and we'll get started. So, like I said, if there's anything we can help you with here at either the Extension office or the 4-H office, feel free to stop by 100 North Broad Street here in Monroe or call our office at 770-267-1324. Thank you for your attention today, and we'll see you later down the road. Adios.
Hello, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with the Recreation Report. We've got a few things going on this time of year. I know it's just past Christmas and we just started our new year. So I want to go ahead and let you know if you've decided this is the year and you're serious about that New Year's resolution to lose weight, you can join our community centers now, and it's a great price at $52. And it goes down $2 each week. $52, that's for your people in your family above age of 12 can go up and work out in the community centers. And you also get reduced prices on our classes that we have. So it's a great deal, and then you don't have to have those contracts or anything. You pay the $50. I think there's additional charge if you don't have a card already. for the access, the doors to go upstairs. And with the weather being like it has been for the last 2 months, raining 4 and 5 days out of the week, it's a great time to go up and exercise, rain or shine. Get up and walk, or get on the ellipticals or treadmills, or use some of the weights that we have up there that are all very safe for you to use. So I also want to encourage anyone that's maybe looking that's retired or looking for something in the senior division. We do have our senior aerobics that is a huge class, and this time of year we generally have over 100 at each one of our classes. You can go on our website, and I'll say that at the end of the show. It's waltoncountyga.gov, but you can go on that website and see where those locations are. We have it 5 days a week, usually around 10 o'clock in the morning. So, and there's other classes that go along with that as well. Some health and fitness classes, and they usually do some lunch and learns, and so it's a great time. If you're a little nervous about doing that, you can always go to our website, and we have an icon that will show and play some of the senior aerobics classes, and you can practice at home. See if that's something that you like. You can do it in the privacy of your home if you would like. And then if you want to end up coming to our classes, feel free to do that as well. But also, all of that is free. All the senior aerobics classes are free and no charge to you whatsoever. Valerie Ermetz and Jane Bico kind of lead that for us, and they do a great job, and it has expanded over the years. And there's several testimonies on there that will tell you that it's changed their life to where they're active again and leading good, healthy lives, and are really back into the community, and they put all of that back to the senior aerobics class, whether it's the getting in shape, getting mobile again, to the emotional side of things, and socializing with the other folks. So I would encourage anyone to get out and either do those things online or come to our centers 10 o'clock, and we'll have those classes for you. A couple other classes with the community centers. A couple of new classes. We have one that's called Refit. Paul and I were taking a joke saying that if you're unfit, maybe you need to go to the Refit class. We're not really sure what they're doing. It's a brand new class that we're having, and certainly will get you in shape. We also have yoga, and we also have hip hop, and several other classes like that. Zumba, line dancing is a huge class at our community centers. A lot of people enjoy the line dancing in it because it's exercise and it's fun, good music. So get to go on our website at waltoncountyga.gov, and you'll see all of those fitness classes. And soon to come, you will be able to go online and see all of our parks. We're going to do a virtual reality. We've got some drones that are flowing over our parks, and then we're in the process of narrating those videos now. We'll have those on our website pretty soon, and we're also going to display those at the community center, so you can see all 14 of the parks that we have to offer, and all of the amenities that those parks have. We have some great parks in Walton County. Great time to get out and walk in those parks, or play a youth or adult class. So we have a lot of things to offer here at Walton County Parks and Recreation. A couple other programs that we have coming up. As always, when the winter is going on, our basketball is in full stream. We're about halfway done with our youth basketball season. We go until approximately mid February, and then we'll end up, and then we'll have an all-star program in March. So that is ending, and with that being said, starting January 7th, we'll have our youth or our spring schedule where you can register for all our classes. You can also do that online, which about 85% people do use the online registration. There's a link on our website that you can go and you can register and do all that from your home. But all of our spring sports are coming up, which is our spring baseball and softball, our spring soccer, and our spring track. So all of those programs are registering starting January 7th. Average cost of around $75 for most of those sports. Some of the younger ones are a little less. So it's very affordable, and you get around 10 games and an end-of-season tournament. It's a great time, great family fun for everyone. So look forward to you registering for the spring sports, which comes up January 7th. A new program that we're going to start this year is for adults. Our adult basketball program has kind of dwindled over the years, but the kind of the new trend, and we try to stay on top of those things, is something called 3-on-3 basketball. And we're going to have two divisions of that, 18 to 35, and then 35 and over. You can put 5 people on a team, but you only play 3 on each side. It's a half-court style basketball program, and a little abbreviated rules, but we can go all over that if you're interested in playing. It's $225 per team to participate, and we're looking. We really look for this program to take off in the county this year. It's something that there's not a lot of other agencies offering this. You probably saw it on TV with some of the players that are not playing in the NBA any longer, and they've started playing the 3-on-3. So we think this will encourage more people to participate. We'll have more teams, so we'll see how this goes. And registration ends sometime at the end of January. So I think January 25th, you would need to have your roster and your registration money in to let us know that you do want to participate. Again, all of this is on our website at waltoncountyga.gov. We try to do a good job of keeping that thing updated so there's not any inaccurate information on there. If you see something that we need to add or delete, please let us know. Our phone numbers are on there as well. I always try to get back to all of our phone calls and all of our emails throughout our staff, so please let us know. We try to have an open door policy here at the Recreation Department. We're here to serve you guys, to make sure that you have all the opportunities that you need and deserve. So again, thanks a lot, and don't forget to go to our website. And as always, remember, sportsmanship starts at home. Thank you very much.
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Hope everybody's getting off to a good start in 2019. We hope some of you have made a New Year's resolution to try to do a little more environmentally friendly things throughout the new year. So like I always do, and it's a good time for it, if you're not recycling, it's too easy to do not to, and it's too important that we are recycling in today's climate. Give us a call, come out, see us. We'll show you some quick and easy ways to get started recycling. We'll show you all the things you could be recycling. And as I've said before, for those of you that have always recycled, come out and give us a call and let us, kind of tell you about some things that you could be recycling that maybe you're not. Maybe you can try to find one thing new to recycle, that would help make a little less trash around the house. But it is important that we all do that. Come out and see us. We'll help you get started. We'll answer any of those questions. We'll make sure that you are doing all that you could be doing, and we'd be happy to get you started with that. Give us a call. Our number out here is 770-267-1421. We'd be happy to help you out in any way we can. Come on out and see us is even better. We're down here on Leroy Anderson Road, at the end of the road in the cul-de-sac. Come on out. We'd love to show you around the place and show you what we're doing here. And again, we hope everyone's off to a great start on 2019, and we look forward to seeing you this year.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Right now we have our winter member show going on. It's installed and it'll be open through February 7th. So come in and browse, get inspiration for your soul, inspiration for your home, great art for sale. Most of the pieces in the show are available for purchase. So you might find the perfect piece for your home or your office or as a gift for somebody. Come in and see it. It's all local art by our members, and you'll really enjoy it. Our gift shop, of course, is always open. We're not as big as we were during November and December, but we've still got about 50 of our artists in our shop. So come, and we're open for your shopping pleasure. Right now, 7 days a week still through at least the first 3 weeks in January. We're going to try staying open on Sundays. So our hours are Sundays from 1 to 5. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 11 to 4, and then Fridays and Saturdays from 10 to 5. So come and see us. Our class list is updated. We're always adding classes to our class list. We've got around 50 classes every month for adults and for kids. We've got the full pottery studio in the basement. We've got writing classes, book clubs, our open mic night, things going on almost every day up here, different classes. And the last thing I wanted to really emphasize is the Healing Arts series that we have starting in January. We have different classes to appeal to different people, all kinds of things going on that will really emphasize processing things that have happened to you, helping you work through some things by doing art. So come see us, visit us on the web at monroewaltonarts.org. Come see us during our open hours. Give us a call, 770-207-8937. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon. Thank you.
Hello, Walton County. This is Kevin Little with the Chairman's Report. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. 2019 is here, and we're looking forward to a very exciting year here in Walton County. Probably won't be quite as exciting as 2018 was. We wrapped up our 200th year celebration on December the 15th with fireworks and snow and tours of the courthouse and pictures with Santa. I hope you were able to get by and take advantage of that nice event that we had here for the citizens. We also had the time capsule that we're planning on burying. We were going to do it at the end of 2018 on that night, but as many of you know, we've probably had 40 inches of rain in the last 60 or 80 days, and so we felt like we would make more of a mess than we would anything than if we waited and buried it probably sometime early in the spring. So we will be putting out the dates whenever we probably after the freeze. I would figure January, February is going to be really cold, so we might probably look at burying the time capsule sometime in early March, but we'll update you and let you know. And we probably will have another opportunity for you to sign the signature book that's going to go in the time capsule if you were not able to come through in the December time period and get that done. 2019, we're here now. We looking forward to a lot of things that's going to be going on in Walton County. Legislature is going to be starting in session. And at the Gold Dome, new Governor Kemp will be sworn to office here in early January, and we're excited to see what he's going to bring to the state and get it going. Walton County, we're passed the splice last year, so we'll be starting. First of all, we're going to be upgrading the 911 center and the system there. With the first money, the cities and the county have all agreed to let the first phase of money go to upgrade that system. We feel like that's most important. And then the cities and the county are together. We're working on some road improvements throughout the county. And then various other projects will be coming online over the next 4 or 5 years as this splice comes into reality. So got a lot of things to look forward to coming up here with that. The cities and the county, along with the Board of Education, we're all continuing to work very well together here in the county. And as the growth comes back, we're all going to continue to need to work together to try to make sure we stretch your tax dollars as far as we can, because you're going to see a lot of subdivisions, a lot of development happening in 2019 on into 2020 as the growth factor and the ideal living of Walton County and the cities in the county. People want to live here because we're convenient to Atlanta, we're convenient to Athens. You can be on I-85 pretty quick, you can be on I-20 pretty quick. You got 316 that carries you anywhere you want, and these interstates will carry you anywhere you need to go if you don't work locally. Also, I do want to also throw out that a lot of our companies and corporations and local businesses, we do have job openings. You walk in today and you can be hired tomorrow. So if you want a job, there's a job right here for you in Walton County, and so that is important as you start the new year. Start the new year earning a paycheck and giving back to the county and back to the society, working hard to help make things happen. Facebook is well underway. If you haven't been down there, that's going to be jobs for you here locally. And as the year goes on, I think you'll see several other announcements here in the county or in the Northeast Georgia region that is going to be bringing more jobs and more companies to our area because we're just an ideal location. And if you have any questions or concerns, please give me a call, 770-267-1316. Thank you.
Hey there, thanks a lot for tuning in today. It's the first show of the new year, and as always, we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are available for adoption here at Walton County Animal Control. I just wanted to say a quick thanks to everyone who supported the shelter in 2018, all the adopters, all the rescues, all the people who cross-posted our animals on the internet, who pledged and sponsored animals, because we had the best year ever. 2018, our euthanasia rate for dogs dropped again to an all-time low of 23%. I know that still seems high, but when you compare it to just 10 years ago, it was 72% of the dogs were euthanized, and now only 23%. Those numbers include animals that aren't able to be rehomed, animals that are brought in by owners for euthanasia. So when we look at the numbers of adoptable animals that just were euthanized for space, that number would be even lower. But in 2018, a total of 857 dogs found new homes through the Walton County Animal Shelter because all of the adopters and rescues that came to help us out. There was a total of 373 cats that made it out of the shelter in a new home. So just a great year with 23% euthanasia, but we can get it even lower than that. So maybe in 2019, you're looking to add a pet to your house, a cat or a dog. Don't go buy from the pet store, from the puppy mill. Consider your local shelter. You can always find all of our animals on waltonpets.net. It's updated throughout the day with all the animals that are here. And we still have that low $40 adoption fee, which includes testing, vaccines, deworming, flea medicine, all that for just $40. So you're really saving a life when you get one from the shelter. And again, thank you to all those who helped us in the community and surrounding areas to make 2018 better than before. Now let's make 2019 even better.
All right, this is Reagan. She's a year-old female. She's not spayed yet. Very sweet, very loving. She has an unusual color pattern to her. She's very sweet and she needs a good home. So if you're looking for a dog, she's got good energy with her. Just come check her out.
Here we have a Shepherd Rock Mix. He's about a year old. He's neutered. He's microchipped. His name is Scooby-Doo. Lots of energy.
This is Blue. He's about 8 or 10 years old. So he's definitely a senior dog, but he's looking for a good home. He's not neutered yet, so you have to be neutered. Very sweet, not as hyper if you're looking for a dog that's not as hyper. Good dog here. This is Blue.
This is a 2-year-old female pit bull. She was found on Harris Street on the 1st, and she's in heat right now, but she is ready for adoption, and she's very sweet and loving.
Pit Mix, maybe. She's about 4 or 5 months old. She was found running loose. She seems to be really sweet and looks like she's going to have lots of energy.
Hello, my name is Julia Wellborn and I've been playing instruments since I was 8 years old. So I started playing piano. My desire for that came from going to church. I was always intrigued by the worship leaders of the church, and the church music just heavily influenced my desire to start playing instruments.
There's nothing worth more that will ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're a living hope.
So around the age of 8, I started playing the piano, and I got the desire to do that from church, and also my brother and my dad, they both play the guitar, and I just really wanted to get involved with music. Ever since then, my life has been really awesome. It's just a way for me to express myself, and it's also helped me become a better person. It gives me something to do with my time and allows me to express myself in a very special kind of way that nothing else would allow me to do.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God. presence, Lord. There's nothing worth more that will ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord. And I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, where my heart becomes free, my shame is undone. In your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what earth's long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you're welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness. Let us become more aware of your presence. Let us experience the glory of your goodness, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome.
In the future, I want to be recording more, and I want to travel. Eventually, I want to travel all over the world and sing and do what all these other famous artists do, like traveling to Europe or the other side of the world to share my music with people and get to know other people and just love life and sing and play the guitar like I've always been doing.
Come flood this place and fill the